Alright guys, what's going on? This is Jeff with Berkshire Hathaway, and today I'm at the Pasadena office, and today we're gonna show how realtors show properties. We're gonna show the different statuses of properties. We're gonna show different occupancies, and finally how realtors open the door for your clients. The first one is gonna be the status of properties. We have active, pending, under contract, closed, hold, and coming soon. So the properties that you see on Zillow, Redfin, and all the other third-party real estate websites, they all get sent from our MLS, which is the multiple listing service from that the realtors input, and there's different statuses. So we have the first is active. So this typically is what it sounds like. So the property is active, they're accepting offers, and they're accepting showings. So this is kind of what we want to aim towards when looking at properties. Next, we have pending and under contract. Now, I like to really put this together. What this means is they're under contract, they're under escrow for a property. However, sometimes they could be accepting a backup offer. So in case the original offer doesn't work out, they would be accepting a backup offer. And then finally, we have closed. So closed means that it's no longer in contract. They've already closed escrow, and the property is no longer available. There are some instances where some listings get really popular. So maybe sometimes the agent isn't able to have the open house continuously, and they have enough offers. So this is when typically we would put it on hold status, because too many offers are coming in and too many showings are coming in where they would pick an offer. And then finally we have coming soon. And now coming soon means that there's a specified date where the property would be listed. This is a great strategy that realtors use to show exposure of the property without adding on the days on market. So that's great. Next we have is the occupancy status. So the occupant, so it's pretty obvious, but sometimes it'd be good to have some clarification, so I make this video. The first one is called occupied. So that means that the property is currently being occupied by the owner. This we see very common when you're selling your house, you also live there. And sometimes it could look staged as well, so that's not to get it confused. And staging is when a third-party company comes and puts furniture on the property to make it appeal to buyers. And the next one we have is when the property is vacant. So this is when the property is obviously no one's there. So, and then we finally have tenant occupied. Now, tenant occupied is tenants that are living there. So in times like now where it's COVID, that's pretty common. And then usually with tenant occupied, agents would have to book that in advance. So sometimes we can't show any properties at any time. It really depends on property by property. Okay. And finally, we have how realtors open the door for showings. The first one is going to be when, obviously, when sellers are there available. Sellers are there for the showing, so they're there to show you the property. And very rare, but sometimes you can ask them questions about the property, and who would know more than the owner? So, second we have is when the real estate agent opens the door. This is very typical when doing showings with buyers, and especially typical when showing $1 million properties. So that's that. And then lastly is how we open the door for properties is typically there's usually like a combo code that we get, or we use Supra Key, which is a blue box that you'll see at some properties, and you use the app to open the door, to open the box, and then there's keys inside to open the door. And that's that with the Supra Key. And then finally, how is the market doing right now? So as of right now, inventory is very low. So we're seeing that sellers are getting above asking for whatever price they list it for, if it makes sense. So if you're looking to sell, I think right now is a great time. And what I typically compare this to is kind of like an auction. So the list price is pretty much what the property is going to be starting at, and then buyers would be kind of competing to get the property. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.